Welcome back to the Luxago live stream. My name is Jacob, and today, of course, you guys know the deal. We're launch day for our new screeners, as you can see behind me. Now, of course, today's a little bit later for stream. You know, it was a busy day, so sorry about that. But we will continue the normal stream tomorrow. But welcome. A little bit shorter of a stream today, about an hour, and then tomorrow we'll go back to 2 hours going over everything analysis-wise. But today we're just going to go over the majors and some of the updates on the screener, kind of showcase you guys what we're doing with these new screeners. They're very cool. Great way to implement them to your daily analysis and help you understand maybe what's going on around the market without having to touch on every single symbol you might be watching specifically. So besides alerts, it can be really helpful for traders out there that are looking for the best setups throughout the day. And we'll go over some of those features. But guys, welcome back. We're not going to be doing the I didn't mean to do that. We're not going to be doing the points to. Well, you have points, obviously. You can dual points however you want. We're not going to be doing the predictions today. That way, people that are across the globe that are struggling to stay up have a chance tomorrow to be a part of the predictions again. So don't worry about predictions today. If that's what you've been waiting for, then you can go to sleep. But other than that, it's mostly just an update stream. Go over what we've been talking about with the new screeners and so forth. But welcome back. Good evening. Grab you a quick bite to eat, and we're gonna get going. Look at Edward with the Mickey talk already. As we dive into our screeners here, let me make sure there's nothing else I want to touch on. Real quick, obviously, if you already have a premium subscription, you do get access to the screeners. We've been adding people to the screeners all day, so if you don't have access yet, just be patient, refresh. Just keep refreshing throughout the day. You'll get it, within today or possibly tomorrow if you don't have it today. And then last but not least, if you just have the Essentials plan, you will only get the price action concepts screener as well, okay? So, cool, guys. The likes, again, to do the giveaway, it'd be cool to hit 110 likes, but we don't necessarily have to. So don't worry about that. Again, we can do this strictly with the screeners because we're a little off schedule today, of course. So we'll be back on schedule tomorrow. Let's just go ahead and dive in, discuss a little bit of what we got going on now with these new killer screeners. All right. So starting off, we get 3 screeners, my friends. We have 3 screeners. All right. We have one for the signals and overlays, one for the price action concepts, one for the oscillator matrix. Now, all of these are extremely customizable. With these screeners, of course, you can go in and you can pick whatever ticker symbols you want to be, listed on the screener themselves. But we can dive in here to just like the signals and overlays here. Pretty much, if I double click on it, I can open up those settings and I can scroll down and I can adjust accordingly to how I want it. I'm going to just say, for now, bottom center is where I'm going to put this. Now, I zoomed in on my chart, but you can also adjust it via the settings as well if you want it bigger or not. But in this case, as you can see, we have several different spots in which you can actually customize if you want to be screened or not. Here's your screener elements, right? So let me actually do this. Let's make this easier. Let's zoom out. Take us to the, let's do bottom left, and then I'm going to bring... You can change the size of the screener here and not even having to zoom in your chart. How can you only have 1 or 2 or 3 Rickers? Yeah, that's an interesting question. How to only have 1, 2, or 3? Right now, I see what you're saying. Right now, it's 10 to the list. If you want 1, 2, or 3, then that's a feature you can recommend within the thing. Of course, this is 1.0. We've talked about this, talking about whether or not we weren't allowed to have a choice between 1 and 10. But for the first release, it's 10, so you can pick it. What I would suggest, to be honest, yeah, and you can duplicate like Mickey said. What I personally would suggest with this is have a separate monitor, and this is the way I'm going to be using it. I'm going to have a separate monitor with just the screeners on and the time frames that I like, so I can glance over and look, okay, Bitcoin just flipped on a 15-minute into a, bullish signal or something. Definitely something that I'm going to be utilizing as a separate monitor, not something that's going to be on my chart personally. That's how I'm going to use it. But for those of you that aren't, that are looking for a better way to, possibly filter it, you can do it that way as well. Let me get a better spot for this. I keep messing it up. Is this going to be the new time from now on? No, it's not. This is going to be, it's just today. We're always going to do 1 Eastern, okay? So, yeah, yet again, here's your scanner. Now, this is signals and overlays, right? If I don't want the signals on there, I can go into the settings. I can uncheck signals, and you'll see it should eliminate the signals. The other cool thing you can also do is, and which some people will probably end up doing, is treating this as a dashboard, right? So if you want to treat it as a dashboard with our beautiful Ethereum breakout, as we've been watching, you can drag it onto your overall, let's say, Ethereum chart, right? I can now scale that up. And what I can do is I can go into my settings. I'm going to go ahead and take off this real quick, multi-time frame scanner on price action concepts. But I go into my settings now. Once again, I can move it around how I want. Top right is what I want. Let's do, a tiny screener for the sake of the stream. But you'll see here it should shift in just a second. Takes a minute. And there you go. I have a screener up top right now with my chart. Now, the cool thing what you can do as well is, if you, everybody usually knows percent change, right? Percent change probably don't necessarily need it. Rating has to do with all of the screeners combined. So technically, if I don't want rating, I don't need it. But I can do, I like signal. I like let me see, seeing the smart trail in accordance to the trend as well. Catcher and tracer, meh. But strength and volatility is good. And squeeze, I like squeeze. Actually, I'm gonna take off volatility there. So here you go. Watch. Now it'll shrink down even more once this refreshes for me. And I have a small little dashboard I can treat as a screener. So what I can do too is okay, I'm on the 4 hour here, right? I like to trade 4 hours. This is on signals and overlays, right? I'm gonna make this a little bigger. Sorry, so you guys can see a little bit. But we're gonna go over a little bit of Ethereum right now. But remember, guys, that 3K mark on Ethereum, absolutely insane. So great job if you've been trading that with us too. But again, guys, yeah, if you do have questions about the screener, just let me know. Hit me up in the chat there, and we'll talk about it. But for now, this is signals and overlays screener, right? In this screener now, look, I can see on Bitcoin. Let's see, 4 hour, right? Now this is Binance. I can change this to whatever I want. I can type BTC USD. Like I like Coinbase, so I'm gonna do Coinbase as the one I like, right? So let's see here. There you go. So right, Bitcoin, 4 hour. We're still in a bullish signal, right? Bullish smart trail, 80% trend strength, 99% squeeze, right? So seeing that, I could consider the rest of the day possibly going well. Look at the Solana 4 hour bearish. If I just saw that flipped while I'm trading, I can just jump over to Solana, right? And look at my Solana setup on the 4 hour. Now it's still in that bearish signal because we are in bearish structure, right? But the other cool thing is, let's say I don't use signals and overlays much, which, we don't, on the stream, we actually don't use signals and overlays that much. So guess what? You can bring in probably the one I'm going to use more likely in accordance. And this is why I was talking about why I'm going to have on my separate monitor just a screener page, right? I'm going to have all 3 screeners up on a separate monitor and label them off Bitcoin, like similar to what you see here, but it's going to have, I'm going to know the order in which I like it, right? So then that way I can look over and I don't even have to have signals and overlays on. I can just look at the screener and see, signals and overlays, Bitcoin is in a, has a bullish signal enabled, which is exactly the way I'm going to go about using it. Now, let me dive into this and bring us back to top right on the dashboard. So, with, for ETH, you know it on ETH.
Who's your daddy?
ETH, yeah, definitely made ETH our daddy over this past 24-hour period. Absolutely freaking killed it, my friends. absolutely killed ETH. That's for sure. Yeah, I know, Sordic. I know it's late for you. You've been waiting for that. But again, don't worry. Points, we're not doing any of the predictions or anything. This is just kind of an update on the latest indicator that we just released today, and short stream with a little bit of analysis on ETH and stuff. So we'll go over ETH and that in just a little bit. But again, this is what I'm mostly going to be using, is the price action concepts one's probably my favorite. But what's super dope about this is what I can do is 4 hours solid, right? I probably won't go lower than 1 hour, but you can change the time frames, which is super sick. So I can go in here and make these all 1 hour if I want, or 15-minute or whatever. But I'm going to just go ahead and do 1 hour on these. So now I get Bitcoin 1 hour price action all listed out, right? Neutral, here you go. 1 hour price action on Bitcoin, strong bullish rating based on everything it sees, right? Structure, it's in a change of character. It's outside an order block, outside an FEG, and it's above the equilibrium on the premium and demand, premium and discount zones, which is insane. This is that's so sick to see. If I see that live switch on my chart, right, then I could just jump in to Bitcoin. Be like, okay, here you go, 1 hour chart. You can see, Bitcoin drop down, hit, a nice liquidity grab down there, bounce back, right? And then on that, we saw it already. It was in that bullish change of character based on this current move. So when this, then you can adjust it accordingly how you want. Is it possible to use Trading View replay feature on the screener? That I'm not 100% sure. Maybe. But again, there's not really any reason to be utilizing the replay mode on a screener, because it's pretty much just telling you what's happening around the market in real time, more so than needing to use it as for a replay. I mean, this is to keep you informed more so than trying to develop a strategy, if that's what you're trying to do with it. This is informational. There's not really any reason to use it in replay mode, in my opinion, based on it keeping you informed. Some more detail on the exits in the screener, if you're taking questions. Yeah, for sure. Definitely taking questions. So exits in the screener, yes. So if I pull up those exits really quickly. And there you go. Let's see it. Give it one quick sec while it changes over. I have these on the 1 hour right now. Or I'm on the 1 hour chart. So here, see how the Euro USD has a 1, right? That means one exit point has printed on the Euro USD for the signals and overlays. That exchange for that, hold on, let me double check what the exchange that is. It is the, let me go Owanda, make sure. Euro USD. On Owanda. And you'll see here signals and overlays. All right. So essentially, once it loads, there you go. So Euro USD, see exits 1, right? So if I go in here and I turn on my signal mode, confirmation exits, you'll see here, boom, it's printed 1 exit signal, right? So it's showing that the TP1 has hit, right? So 1 exit signal has shown up. Let's say if you're trading, you see that switch, right? Then you know that the original, it has at least 1 TP. It could be starting a bullish trend or something, because there's I think there's a max of 3. I would have to double check on that, but you'll see on bigger trends with these TP points, there's multiple that can show up. This has been super choppy recently. Let me go to that 4 hour. Let me go back. Let me optimize it. Sorry. I'm going to see if I can give you an example of more than one. We've been super choppy on this recently. Here you go. So in this last trend move, see it had 2 TP points, so a 2 would pop up on that trend there for the euro, right? And guys, if you have this labeled as chart, it will go in accordance to chart form, right? On the 4 hour, whatever. You can change this to whatever time frame you want, and it'll stay with that time frame. Then you can sort it accordingly as well. But like we said before, I'm really big on the price action concepts one. It's It's going to really tell us where we're setting up, right? For the next, when we're looking around certain things, looking around, certain ticker symbols as we're, trading together here on the streams. I'll have this up on a separate monitor. We can see it in real time what's going on. Like I can dive in. I can even make these on the 5-minute chart if I wanted. These are going to change a lot more, right, with the 5-minute time frame. But he said I was down 80K on ETH. I'm finally in profit. Dude, you're nuts. We are up on a Rune short that we discussed yesterday. If we want to kind of do, we can mix an analysis a little bit. So remember on Rune, we said we really liked that setup. We had a way bigger move. We were up like 30K down here on this move. I do want a continuation below $5, but why? Why did we take this? Well, let's get a refresh on this. Hold on. I'm going to put this back up. I'm going to reset on default. It should come back. I can adjust it later. Why we take this pretty much was the oscillator, right? The oscillator was the biggest thing. And I'm going to drop that screener, make it tiny. There you go. So remember, oscillator on this was our biggest player in this sense. Let me get rid of the other oscillator screener. The oscillator definitely can help. The screener can definitely help as well. Let me see. Where's my... There it is. I'm done. So remember, I can't move to the top. I don't know what that means. But remember, oscillator, right? It was setting up nicely. We had, a break of the previous higher low formation going into a new high that ended up also being a higher low. Right? Or lower high, sorry. Also ended up being a lower high. And then from there, what happened? Well, we came back down. We set a lower low and then a lower high. We confirmed this lower high right here. The minute we confirmed that lower high on Monday is when I liked it. I liked the entry right here at that same low. And we've had this continuation so far. Now, I'm going to trade on this, right? So, if I'm going to trade on Rune, I could go up to my dashboard. I want to continue to watch this on a 4-hour time frame. So the first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to go here. I'm going to type in Rune USD on, this is, on Kraken here. I can go here on the time frame. I can do 4-hour, right? And then let's see on the 4-hour here. You can see it's in a neutral state right now. It's up today, on the 4-hour, it's up 1.3%. But notice it's outside bearish order block. It's still above the equilibrium on the PD zones, and you got a bullish liquidity grab that formed. So I didn't know these things, right? We have an equal low that formed. I don't know these things, but we have a one bearish structure. So what I can do, I can go to my price action concept, see we're above equilibrium. Let's go take a look at that. It's quite interesting on the 4-hour. Where is the premium zone then? Okay, here you go. So it retests at equilibrium on premium discount, which is a great sign for that trend reversal so long as it continues to set these lower highs, but it's still trading above equilibrium. So that actually gives us an idea that, this could maybe break through that low. I typically swing a trade for a while. We're still in this Matic trade. Wait, Matic's breaking out. Yo. We cashed that Matic hit. Whoa, I didn't even see that. Yo, wait a second. There you go. 101.64. Wow, I didn't even see that. It must have just hit. Hold on. Dang. Yeah, it hit right before we came in here. It hit about 30 minutes ago, or a little bit more. About an hour ago. That next sell point hit perfectly. Nice. Hold on. Guys, you're in that trade with us. Great job. We're holding our last bit now. Let me get rid of premium discounts. 1 second. On Matic. Dude, I didn't even see that. All right, yeah, so last bid on this is going to be literally a retest of this high. Let me go to the daily. Well, actually, that cashed. And I didn't. The last we took it off at 164, right? Yeah, we're gonna hold this now on Matic. I want to hold this to this upper order block. But again, now what I can do is I can go into this screener, which is great. I'm gonna add Matic as well. We have the Coinbase one. Oh, wrong one. We have the Coinbase one. I've been watching it on the 4 hour, or not 4 minutes, on the 4 hour and the daily as well. So the other cool thing, what I can do here is on Matic, you can see strong bullish, right? 3 BOS outside mitigated within premium. Everything's super bullish on the screener here, which is good. I can wait to see if this flips. Other cool thing is I can also, if I want to do Matic twice, I can. I can add it twice here. The second one, I can change the time frame to the daily because that's also what I'm looking at. So I know now I have the daily analysis, which is up 3% today. Strong bullish, change character plus outside. Everything's kind of major bullish on it as well. I can keep an eye on both those time frames. Sordic with the 40-point win on Mickey. Nice. Overall, though, yeah, this Matic trade, man, it's going nuts. Looking for now on Matic 113.59. But back to the screen and see we're super extended on the oscillator. So speaking of that, instead of having that oscillator up, what can I do? I can turn off this. I can now pull up the oscillator screener. I can drag that. Let me drag that up here, and let's take a look at the oscillator screener here. Like this. Give me one sec. I'm going to do bottom right on this one. We're going to go bottom right. Bottom right. I'm going to zoom out a bit too, so it's not as crazy. So now on the oscillator screener, I can also utilize this as a way. And this is a great reason, by the way, guys. I'm going to have it on a separate monitor. I'm somebody that doesn't really like it as a dashboard. But again, this gives you the option, right? This gives you the option to easily put it as a dashboard. But notice here on Matic now, what I can do is I can go add Matic. If I'm in a trade. And then I can see on the daily chart here what's happening right now. We got an HWO signal as an up, right? We got an up signal on that, which is a good sign. We have a bearish rating though, right? Money flows bearish, which is good. Kind of a little bit of a reversal type maneuver, right? Now if we compare this to the setup here, look, here's your bullish turning, right? Up signal, right here. Here's your bearish reversal down, right? It's a strong reversal down. Divergence, the last one that got printed was a bearish divergence. That there I wouldn't necessarily look at as much here unless that flips. But I would identify that before I would consider actually filtering that out. But we also have a confluence that is mixed, which is good. But overall, with this bullish movement that we're having and we're showing bearish rating right now, a little bit of divergence between how the oscillator has been performing. But you can see based on that too, with what we traded this originally from on that daily time frame, had that beautiful move into now a bearish rating, right? So definitely going to be interesting to see how it plays out here at these highs. Remember, we've been taking off from that first massive purchase of them down there, but we're taking them off as we go. So last target right now 113.78. I just hope I don't get burned by crypto anymore. Man said. But the other thing here now, look, that you can do is I can go in here. I can now sort as well by the rating. So I can strong bullish should be up. I can also make it ascending. That flips it pretty much. And then it should adjust accordingly as things get updated. I can also adjust the settings in which it is calculating from. So everything's customizable. Again, if you have a specific, style you like within these oscillator matrix, you can add the features there. Very straightforward. If you've used our indicators before, you know how to easily adapt what you want. The other cool thing is I can now filter this as well. So on like the ratings, right? If I go in here and I just want strong bullish and to only pop up when they're strong bullish, bam. See, now I have one ticker symbol, strong bullish, and it's ADA, right? So if I go to ADA USD on the daily here, I can see we're in a strong bullish formation with this, filter rating. Now, you can also double filter these. So in this case, let's just do bullish. Let me make sure I get one that's double. So you got 2 bullish here. Look, this one here, hyperwave, is bearish. So if I did hyperwave, let's say below 50, right? Watch what'll happen is, boom, now only the pound versus the USD pops up, because that's what I need. That's what I want to see pop up on my screen when it occurs. So in this case, there is a possibility, guys, where if you have a particular setup, right, besides just alerts, you could implement your own custom settings, and when they occur, it pops up on your screen accordingly, right? So essentially, that's just another way to go about it. Notice here, if I do hyperwave above as well, this here, the ETH one was above on the hyperwave, right? So definitely some awesome filtering to implement to, how you go about using the overall screeners. But like I said, I'm going to do an entirely separate monitor, because I have the space, of just screeners with the main ones that I watch. So I can keep an eye on every single indicator like at that exact moment without having a bunch of charts up, right? Half these words go over my head, he said. But pretty awesome things that you can do with these screeners right now. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm going to do for my layout on these screeners here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just turn all 3 on, right? I'm going to get rid of this. And pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch this up, and this up like that. I'm going to take them and I'm going to do location top right, right? Location on this one, top right. Location on this one, top right. And this is what I'll do, okay? And then I'll end up probably full screening it like this. And then I'm going to have this in a half. So, like, watch, what we can do actually is this. Ooh. Let's do, yeah, we already have that form. There you go, like this. Okay, so here you go. This is how I'm going to end up doing it. And what you can also do now is sometimes you can get rid of this, but you don't necessarily need to. But essentially, this is how I'm going to do my setup. Let me get rid of this here. I'm going to get rid of this one. I don't have my, let's do indicator titles. There you go. So here you go. I can put up, I could look at the Dixie, right? I could have the Dixie over here, and then I have all my screeners, right? So this is essentially what's going to be on a separate monitor of mine, right? I could, just have Bitcoin up. Bitcoin, I have the price value, which I like, and now I have all my screeners. Now, what I can do, right? Bitcoin, I can look at just Bitcoin's price. Let's say that's how I want to look at my chart, where it's just Bitcoin, right? By itself. I can utilize Bitcoin by itself right here. Then I can look over and see, okay, Bitcoin on the price action concepts and a bullish change character. They're like, yes, that makes sense to me. It has a strong bullish rating on the price action side. It's also, hold on, let me double check. Where is that money flow? That money flow is sitting, okay, it's at 62.26%. Now, here's one thing that's really dope about what another reason I'm going to use it is, a lot of the times, I don't know these exact values on the money flow. I can have it shown, like, on the money flow side if I bring up, the actual oscillator. Let me just bring up oscillator matrix, right? So if I keep forgetting it's been bugging. I literally just had it up. Chill. I'm not invited in my own scripts. That's annoying. Okay. If that happens, just refresh, because watch, I can go over here. This is what's so stupid, watch. I can go on this side, and this is why it's weird with TradingView sometimes. I should be able to add it. Maybe not. Let me refresh. Actually, I'm going to save this. Hold on. I got denied. I'm kicked out. Kicked off the team. I hate when this happens, to be honest. There you go. All right. So, yeah, if you ever have that issue, by the way, that says contact author, don't freak out. Just refresh your trading view. It sometimes bugs out. Yeah, you're good, man. But, so, yet again, notice here, like, sure, I can have the indicator labels up, right? But look at this. When I do indicator labels, right, I can do let's just say no overlapping labels. I can go to labels and then indicator, financial name labels, indicator, and financial label values, right? So I roughly got an idea on the daily here on this Bitcoin here. You know, I can zoom in. I can see it's 95.36, 96.77, right? All right. So this is 1 second. Let me go to the same one. 1 second. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Hold on. There you go. Sorry. This is on Bitcoin. Which one? You got to make sure they're the same too, by the way. Bitcoin. This is on Binance. It's USD. It's Tether on Binance. Here you go. All right. So look at this. If I go and do this oscillator down here on the left hand side, right? If I go down here and okay, I got 96.90, 95.81. Like which one is it? Which one's actually worth looking at? Well, I don't necessarily have to zoom in on that anymore. I don't have to just assume. I mean, yeah, it's in the 96, right? That's fine. But notice here, I can look up here at the hyperwave, and it's right where I would originally think it is as well. So I can see the number there without having to actually zoom in, identify where it exactly is. 95.81, see 95.81. This one up here, that was the top. That's where that turning point occurred at 96.90. But if I want to see exactly where the hyperwave is, I have to zoom in 95.81. I don't have to do that anymore now. I can just look over at the screener and see hyperwave on Bitcoin USDT is 95.81, right? So yeah, easy as that. Notification indicator, I wouldn't say it's that, my friend. Sort of, I do love you. You've been a great viewer, but it isn't. I mean, you can add. I think you can add. No, you can't add alerts. I guess you could. Yeah, you can add alerts, which, it makes sense. Now, yeah, I can 100% go in here and I can add a custom alert to the oscillator matrix, sure. But, like, for the screener wise, yeah, it wouldn't make sense to have alerts on this in the first place. So I don't even know why I looked at that. But for the screener wise, there's no reason for alerts. I can use this to get, the full data in which I'm seeing on my chart as well. So it can really help out with data, giving you a table format, which a lot of people do like. You don't have to like it, right? It's not something you have to use. Exactly why can you set? No, there's no reason to set alerts on the screener. Jacob, I can't move to the top. I have no idea what you just said. Okay. But, yeah, there's no reason to have alerts on the screener. This is the exact same thing as the indicator. You just go place that alert on the indicator, okay? But overall, this is kind of the format in which I'm going to be doing this, right? So when I see, if I want to see whether or not, what this value is up here now, when I'm just assuming it's 96.90, I can look over here and know for a fact that it's not. The hyperwave's sitting at 95.82, right? So essentially, it's going to give you that data clear and to the point. Then you can really think about it. But also, you get the overall features, shown on your chart without having to have them up. And that's probably my favorite part. So when we're talking about this, guys, right, I can, pull up signals and overlays and whatnot. I can show you the different features. But if I have this, then what I can do is I can say, hey, Bitcoin right now on a daily is in a strong bullish signal, right? And it has already had, the smart trail's bullish, catcher's bullish. I can see all of that without having to deal with looking at, the price action that it's in. So definitely super helpful with identifying what's going on without having to fully have the indicator on the chart, if that's the way I want to go about it. But again, I can, do different time frames, whatever I want to do. But yeah, I kind of wanted to show you that, guys. Kind of get you updated. Do we have any questions? Sordic says, inform you live. What do you mean? This is just like a notification indicator, but complicated. So, I mean, it's pretty straightforward in my opinion. I mean, you can see it changing in real time. The value's changing, but can you also use it as entry or exit? See, that's not what you use it for. The screener is there to give you an overview of what's going on in the market without having to go to every single ticker, right? So you can see the way it's changing here. Once it breaks a certain level and the algorithm prints, let's just say like in this case, an up signal, you'll get it signal. It'll show it here, and then you can jump over to that. Definitely helps you with how to be awesome like you, sir. I don't know. You just got to be. Any chance to get autopilot for sensitivity? That I don't know, to be honest. Talking about on this. Let me double check if we have it in here yet. These are features to make sure that you go suggest as well. This is 1.0, right? This is brand new. So as people use it, we'll be fixing things and updating things. That I do not know. That's a question for our entire team in the Discord. So join the Discord. All right, guys. That being said, let's jump into some analysis to end us off. If you have any questions about the screeners, I can talk about them as well while we're going over a little bit of the charts. Okay. But overall, those are our screeners. Pretty straightforward, right? It's not complicated. If you can run through the indicators easily, you can understand the screeners pretty easily. So let's. I'm gonna take off these weird numbers here. Hold on. Overview of the 10 charts you want. Whatever. Yeah, whether it's the 10 charts you want, or like, different time frames, different features, whatever. Goodness gracious. This man. God take it. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate it. All right. Remember, we're in this trade on Rune. We're going to go over ETH here in just a sec. Give me a second. You killed me. All right, wait. I want to see that line. Yeah. Give me that line. Bam. Okay. Can you show us how to identify a trade? If you come to the streams at 1 p.m. Eastern every single day, then I will. Then you'll see how I go about my trades. All right. But make sure you're here for those streams. Dude, this is gonna do it to me again. Trading View bugging today. Let me refresh this. Let me a sec. Trading View bugging today. There we go. I'm going to take this off for now. I'm going to put these on a different screen come tomorrow, but for analysis right now, because we're going to go over some things really quick before we close out. But just a short stream tonight. We'll be back at 1 Eastern tomorrow for the normal stream. You'll have a chance to collect more points. You guys know the ordeal. You're getting points right now if you're chatting, liking, subscribing, stuff like that. So don't worry about that. But let's go ahead, dive into, that's not what I want, to the, let me get rid of these trading execution labels here so they're not in our way. Dive into Bitcoin. Let's start with Ethereum. Could you explain the difference between weak high and strong low? Essentially, it's just calculating whether it thinks the high, is weaker or stronger. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's nothing too crazy. If you have a higher percentage value on a weaker high, or higher percentage on a strong high, if price goes to react at that level, you want to possibly consider it a level that there might be some rejection. We're talking about ETH.
Who's your daddy?
ETH, definitely, we have made it our daddy. We have talked about ETH forever, guys. That 3K mark was the mark that we wanted, right? ETH on the 3K blowout today. Continuous weeks closing over each other, continuing to break through these highs, right? Absolute mastermind of a move. Gotta love it. Now, remember, Bitcoin's still trading up here. We think now, if today or this week, to be honest, I mean, if today we get a closure over, we got 14 minutes on today's close, so we'll actually see the close. Watch the close today over the high. Let me get those back up. Watch the close today over yesterday's high of 29.85. If we get that closure, ADA spammer. ADA to 100K. Okay, yeah, you're dreaming, my friend. Now, not happening, buddy. Not happening. Not right now, at least. All right, high of 29.85. We need to close over that on Ethereum. All right, so Alper, you know, it's okay. We can put you in timeout for a little bit, my friend, if you're going to keep spamming. All right, you get a 30-minute timeout by the end of the stream. All right, so Alper in timeout now. So please don't spam or I will put you in timeout. All right. But ETH, you know, we discussed this a billion times, right? This is TradingView, by the way. We're super extended on the daily, but we keep closing over previous day's highs, right? If we continue to close over previous day's highs, this thing's going to keep cranking. We're at 29.85. That's yesterday's high. Today, we're trading over that. We got 13 minutes left in close. I bet you we close over that high unless some big seller comes through and takes them out. We go to that weekly, though, one more time. Sorry about that. We have plenty of room. Remember we said if we get a pretty aggressive push through 3K, we really think 3,500 it can easily hit. Now, we have the bottom of this order block, a target of 3,370, right? But 3,500 is definitely in sight, something we're really looking for that continuation. Oscillator is super nice. That was the biggest thing we like. Oscillator right now, see, this is where I need the screener. Dude, actually not a bad idea. Hold on. Watch this. I can bring it on to... I can. Nice. All right, let's do that. That's sick. Let me go to the right here. Top right. Let me make it tiny. So here you go. So Oscillator. Now I can see the metrics of this. This is sick. This is so sick. Okay. So the Oscillator on this, right? I look at the ETH and I look at USD Coinbase. Here you go. So I make sure the chart's the same. ETH Oscillator, right? Hyperwave sitting at 79.12. That's beautiful. It's sitting below. So I can see that there. I can see exactly the number it's sitting at. Hyperwave sitting at 79.12. You can see it's sitting below that overbought territory. So overall, ETH there, you can see still a nice, strong bullish rating on the screener. Up 4% on the weekly chart. The other thing I can see is the percentage. I don't have to look. That's so sick. I haven't used this too much yet. I keep forgetting there's certain things that I'm going to like about it. So I don't have to go in here and be like, oh, how much is it up this week? But with that thing, I can just look here. It's up 4.5% on the week, right? Absolutely insane. But overall, right? So higher low, this is a lower low that formed, but the trend is continuing, right? We're setting higher highs. This could be a potential hidden divergence, right? If we continue to set higher highs on the weekly chart, we're up. It said, what, 4% on the week? That's awesome. Being up 4% on the week, this looks good for that continuation. So long as we can close out the day here on the daily above this high, once again, of 29.85. So really watch that high break. Let's see the 4-hour here. 4-hour on the Oscillator. Yet again, two highs came back down. Turning point. ETH 4-hour here, we're bullish. Money flow is 63. That's sick. Money flow is up there. That's good. Bullish money flow. You can see the overflow hitting hard. Overflow is hitting hard there. That's good. What do we always talk about? Watch for price continue to hold over previous structure points. It holds perfectly over that BOS. Several times it tested it and then finally rallied through it. Hit the 3K mark, finally blew out. But overall, Oscillator, higher low, right? This is pretty much the same high. Higher low formed here. Look what happened the last time this happened, right? Higher low formed here. And we have this next leg up, right? Comes back down, retraces, resets on the Oscillator. We have, you know, a higher high from this, in this sense, pretty much same high. Turning point formed here with that breakout. Right now, we got an overflow state, which is awesome. 53 on the overflow. Hyperwave's at 80, right? It's just going into that. It's just going into that overbought territory, which is fantastic. So I think we have some room. Remember, we said 3,500. We do think is possible. Coming up though, don't fight this trend. This thing still has room to continue. Target to the upside right now. Let's go back to the daily one more time. Then we'll touch on, Then we'll touch on, what's it called? Let's go to the weekly. We'll touch on Bitcoin. There we are. Profiles. Fixed range profiles. Take a look. on ETH. All right, so well above this, right? Remember, that volume is decreasing. Wow, this is insane. So with the liquidity decreasing when it was up through these highs, definitely have a chance, I think, easily to hit the low of that order block is in sight, in my opinion. 33.72. Now, we could consider, 3K definitely psychological right here. This level here, 3,000 or 3,058, right? If I said 30K, I'm sorry, I don't even know why I would have said that. 3K, definitely think there's going to be some problems. This mark here, I like for a target due to resistance, body close, support, body close and open there. Possible 30, 50 level could have a little bit of rejection. But again, remember, as long as the dailies keep closing on top of each other, closing above the previous day's highs like it did yesterday, like it's trying to do today, which I think it's going to do, I'm continuing to ride this thing out, right? Yeah, we'll look at Solana. Let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, yet again, bouncing off its imbalance over and over again. Let me move this to Bitcoin USD Coinbase. Now, Bitcoin bouncing off the oscillator, right? Bouncing off that fair value gap over and over again. We talked about that proper retracement. Notice extremely extended. Hyperwave on Bitcoin is sitting at 95, right? Hyperwave is sitting at 95. It's almost fully maxed out. But guess what? It's in overflow. So overflow, good sign, very strong bullish volume. It's quite interesting to see the ratings at a neutral. And it makes sense, right? It makes sense because we're at this high. It's trying to hold up. If we go to that weekly again, though, let's take a look at the weekly here. Weekly's in a bullish state still. Hasn't really moved, right? It's up slightly on the weekly. Dude, this is insane. I freaking love this thing. I'm going to use this thing so much. Wow. Okay, especially with the oscillator. This is going to be a way that I use it on stream, 100%. Now, what do we see, though? Hyperwave's at 90. We just saw a max out at 95 plus. It previously maxed out in the high 90s, mid 90s. This week, obviously, we want to see a closure over 52,890. If that happens on Bitcoin, I think we continue to explode on this. But still in a bullish rating. I would want to see a strong bullish. But overall, that money flow is increasing quite a bit. So we don't have money flow. We don't have overflow just yet. But what do I like the most about this, right? What do I like the most about this? Well, most I like about this is that oscillator is treating previous highs as a turning point here. It's bouncing above both of these, and it bounced inside that last high. So this looks really strong for a continuation. Remember what we talked about, though? With that weekly chart on Bitcoin, fixed range profile, right? If we were to pull in the volume now sentiment here, you can see here bounce obviously off the high of that value range, but we're in a valley. Speaking of valley, or value range and then a valley. Here's your valley. We have a small little valley in volume, which is good. Guess where it's at? It's right now trying to enter that valley. So if we can get up, have a really strong week this week, I more than likely think we'll hit the top of, as we're coming out of that value, which is 55K. And then we have a peak over here yet again on volume around 57K. So 57K, overall target right now, 57, 58. It's hard to predict an actual level at this moment because we're in some interesting price action. So, yeah, it's very late for you guys, I know. We'll struggle at 3,200. Remember, that 33 roughly is what we're looking for, Sortic. All right. The trend is your friend, T.Y. Malone. He knows what's up. But yes, looking good, guys, on Bitcoin for this continuation. But again, you guys know me. I want to see this weekly close yet again over last week's. Okay. Weekly right now is struggling. Look, on the weekly, guess what? This is the best thing ever. Oh my gosh. This can be so good for giving you guys data in real time. I haven't looked at, since we stopped doing news on stream. Hold up. Are you sure? You're probably right. That would make sense. 1 second. Are you sure? Or is this Tuesday? I'm dumb. I haven't looked. We do have FOMC tomorrow. Dang. I'm dumb. I should double check that. I'm glad you said something. Guys, yeah, that's important. FOMC, extremely volatility is going to come in strong today. We were red on the U.S. market. FOMC tomorrow at 2 Eastern. So just be careful at 2, okay? Be careful at 2 Eastern. It sort of, I can't sit here and say it's going to go up, it's going to go down. It depends on what is said, right? People have already talked about predicting rate cuts in the summer. So if we get any idea around possible, like they say anything about rate cuts in the summer, like a guaranteed rate cut in the summer, then we're going to get some pretty insane bullish action. But if he says the same stuff that we normally say, where he dances around all the actual important information, I know that in March we have a really big FOMC coming. So just keep an eye on that. You're going to go over Solana in just a second. Okay, so there's BK. BK's our BK. You need to make your YouTube. You need to make your YouTube BK Luxalga. I'm modding you. I'm gonna mod BK. Hold on. I'm modding you, BK. BK's like our news guy. I'm here. I'm technical analysis. BK's news guy. So there you go. BK, not FOMC. It's PDF drop from their latest rate decision. Yeah. So I know they've talked about possible rate decisions, rate cuts in summer, early summer, anytime in the summer. But we'll see what that is tomorrow. But again, it doesn't matter. It's still going to affect the market quite a bit once that is pushed. Once that's dropped, right? Once FOMC has dropped its next mixtape tomorrow at 2 Eastern, then you're gonna see some volatility regardless. Yeah, yeah, you're right. It doesn't even. It's just the minutes. I don't see anything else on the board. Wait, you're still live? What do you mean? Oh, well, you're confusing me. We're going to be live again tomorrow at 1 Eastern. We're not... we weren't live at 1 Eastern today, guys. Okay? We're going to be back on schedule tomorrow. Oh, I got you. Nah, we're still live for a sec. Thursday... I can double check for you. Typical jobless claims. We have Canadian retail sales. And then existing home sales at 10 a.m. Crude oil, like normal. Yeah, nothing too crazy. We got existing home sales, 10 a.m. So some volatility. All right, but back to Bitcoin. BK is another team member, by the way, so that's why I modded him. I'll probably mod some of you at some point as we get to know you, but BK is a team member. But he's our news guy. He'll keep us updated on that information. But overall, guys, the screener's insane. I can sit here and say now the weekly candle right now is only up 0.26%. I freaking love that. Love that. So we're barely green on Bitcoin this week so far. Remember, we want to see that closure on Bitcoin over 52,890. Remember, upside target 57 roughly. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to Solana. Solana might be your move there. Yo, what do I call you, by the way? I'm going to call you Redor. Real door. Man's been hyping me up. I need to know his actual name or like how to actually say it. I don't even know how to say your name, man. Smash the like button and someone might add an extra $100 at the end of the week. Maybe. Possible. Trust is key. You don't want to, yeah. Definitely. We'll get mods as we continue. Still new. Stream's still a little new. All right. Now, this is where we talked about yesterday on Solana, right? On that daily. So, we'll go over Solana, guys, and then we're going to call it a stream for this evening. Daily candle. Bam. New daily just formed. Solana right now. Let me change this to my Solana. Real door. All right, guys. Right now, Solana, as you can see here, nice little retracement formation, right? Not too bad on a daily time frame. Daily time frame. I want to see a turning point somewhere. It needs to happen today, honestly. Dennis, Big D. I can call you Big D. I'll call you Big D. Big D in the house. But bouncing, right? we've already shown today that it wanted to bounce off of this level. We talked about this already. It's bouncing above that change character like we talked about as well. Solana, right? Oscillator is neutral, which is okay. Oscillator is neutral. It's showing confluence kind of weak right now on the bull side. Element and comment. What? Okay, Sortic. All right, Sortic. Sortic has a 1 minute timeout for that comment. I know I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna time you out. But if you do say it again, I will time you out. Big Dennis. I'm gonna call him Big Dennis. But bouncing right now off of proper structure. Structure's lovely on Solana. I would want to see today. Let's get a bullish day, right? We just opened a new candle on Solana or on the crypto market for the daily. I want to see this thing actually close back up. That'd be really nice. You can see here everything just flipped, right? On the crypto side, everything's pretty much break even on the percent change. But again, I want to see possibly Solana get a bounce back day. Let's get us a move up back to 110 maybe, but kind of just start printing a. See, this is what I don't. It's interesting because right now it's retesting a previous higher low, right? We want an actual higher low for a trend continued. I really wanted it to happen today off of this level, but it didn't. It's coming back lower. So we'll see if it does want to consider a bounce off this level. Let's go to the 4 hour. Look at this though. 4 hour, kind of rough there. Lower low formation after that dump today. Lower high, lower low. Oscillator though, higher low, right? Some divergence coming into play. 4 hours still neutral on the oscillator here. Not terrible. Let's see, value, high price 29. Just bearish money flow just flipped. We're setting lower lows, and we just, if today, okay, here you go. If this closes up today, we're going to get that turning point. Notice, turning point is lining up with this 4 hour candle. Sorry, not today. Turning point is lining up with this 4 hour. If we get that type of setup, what I really need to come up retest these 113 like we said, and then give me something like this. Then I'll consider a trade on Solana. Solana, though, from its recent... it's so hard, man. I'm not going to take that as a actual thing. But let's look at this. Here you go. So value range here in this very short range from last Thursday. Bouncing off of the low of the value range. POC sitting somewhere around 109, 110. Remember what we said yesterday? We wanted to see a bounce off that 110. If we can break and hold above 110, then we might get that continuation. What did we say, Sortic, yesterday on CAD JPY? Because we looked at that yesterday. No entries on Solana right now. I need structure to actually change. Possible bearish entries, by the way, there. Big Dennis. If we do get a bear setup somewhere up here in the 110s. Did you save the chart on CAD? I know I saved something. I don't know if it was on JPY, that CAD. Let's look at the CAD. Solana, yeah, I would be patient. All right. CAD, though. Interesting. Okay, this went up. So, wow. Quite interesting. Okay. Can't remember what it dropped today. Okay, yeah. Overall, did drop today, 100%. Now, on CAD, right? This is actually quite an interesting setup here because look at the money flow coming out. You got a turning point here, and it fell off just recently. I would definitely be bearish on CAD in this very moment here. Lower high, right? Lower high formed on that large candle today. If you get a retracement, here you go. Once again, you have this low now to target. I want to see now a release turning point here. Also happens within that imbalance. Right? That imbalance comes in. If it rejects it, you get a bearish gray turning point like this. Then I think you would see potentially a break of the support. It already tried to break it. But my downwards target would be right here at 110.30 from these highs here. But overall, definitely a potential bearish setup due to that oscillator breaking down. And then if this actually retraces and shows us resistance inside that FEG. So V bounce on oscillator. Nah, I mean, it would have to set up. If it has a V bounce, it would have to happen here. And then give you this, right? I would trade it somewhere after it's taken out this entire sell side. Sell orders there that were sitting. All right, 111 to, yeah, this whole 111 price point here, I would say 111.07 all the way up to 111.26. I want to see that get taken out if I were to consider long, but I would definitely look a little shorter on this side here for CAD there. I'll pull up Rune again. Rune, if you looked at our analysis yesterday, you took the trade. This is the best looking one in my opinion yesterday. It absolutely was perfect. Now, got that turning point there. I honestly wish I could have seen it with this turning point here. I would have totally taken it. But we got it. We saw it later right here on this candle. That's when we saw it. When that candle closed, got that pretty much overview, confirmation, bearish money flow. You broke the low. You turned point off of the this is why I always mark these off, by the way. Right? That's why I always mark these off. Look right there, rejected off that bearish money flow, change of character. We do talk this. We do talk about this, by the way. We like to see rejects, right? We like to see rejects, off the change of character. But my biggest thing is this oscillator, right? This oscillator, the start of this is good, right? You have to see rejects, like that's strong trends, right? But the oscillator is going to give you that next level of confirmation. Yeah, I analyzed ETH earlier, after like midway through the stream, I think. Oscillator gives us that extra confirmation. This went up and grabbed sell orders, through this imbalance here, right? Off that FEG, came down, oscillator confirmed that it actually wanted to reject. We took entry. Now you can see us, had a nice sell-off today. But yet again, continuing to hold this until our lower target. I will say, probably a TP1 would have been nice right here, but wanted to just hold it due for the the stream in general. But TP1 definitely would have been lows here. Of this one here at $5. Honestly, you could have just targeted $5, would have hit just fine. But overall, I really want to see it dive into below 484. This like little wick here when it rallied through, right? It got some bull imbalance down here, which it actually got bought back up. The low was 495. Yeah, I would want to see a little bit lower. We'll see if that happens. But overall, the trade would have been, successful based on what we normally look at. Now, it is extended as well, so, if for some reason some bullish price action happens here, I'll probably just close it. But overall, that TP1 would have hit just fine. I should have probably just half, 50K of them here would have been perfect. But overall, nice little move to that downside there if you saw that Rune setup with us. Matic. Man. Banging. Remember, banging move. Exactly why we hold if price continues to bounce off of, structure. Beautiful. Remember what we said? We were talking about how this could be hidden bullish divergence. You have that money flow increasing, right? Money flow is increasing while this thing was retracing. Come on, guys. That's something that you definitely want to give up.
Who's your daddy?
I mean, it's money. You can't go wrong with watching that structure. Structure bounces beautifully. We're continuing higher right now. Target on Matic was that daily time frame. Daily. It's insane. I'd want to see it up here, but honestly, if it hits 103.92, I mean, this thing's gonna, I might just take off the rest of it. Massive moves though. great work on this if you traded off with us. But now we're watching Rune for that bigger move to the downside as well. Rune also coming off a high here, so it looks really nice. We could get a full retest, maybe a 473 or something. Jasmine, I don't even know what that is, man. But guys, I think we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna go make some dinner, chillax the stream. Stream's gonna be back tomorrow, normal time. I've been up for a while. I got 4 hours of sleep last night, but I'm dedicated. I'm dedicated to the stream, especially when trades are going our way. So thanks for following us. Thanks for listening to our analysis. Hopefully that's helped with some of your trades that you've taken. But again, guys, come back tomorrow, 1 Eastern, back on time. Never going to miss a stream, though. New screeners in the books, baby. Free to all of our current premium members. If you don't have access yet, just be patient. You will get access. You'll have 3 screeners if you're in the premium plan. If not, you will get... the only other plan that doesn't get all 3 screeners is what's it called? The Essential plan. The Essential plan, you just get PAC. But, if you liked all the other ones that we talked about, just upgrade to premium, guys. Try it out. If you're new to Lux Algo Indicators, you do get 30 days risk-free as a first-time user. So make sure to check that out. And the link is in the description of this. We also do live streams every morning with Mickey in the Discord. Go to the Discord, my friend. What am I making for dinner? You know what? Actually, this year, just recently, I tried the... has anybody tried the factor meals? I just tried them. I'm not too sure yet. I've had a few really good ones, I will say that. It's definitely helped. Definitely helped with... but I'm actually going to go... I'm going to go grill some salmon. I'm going to grill some salmon. I can cook a mean salmon. If you're a lifetime member MP, dude, heck yeah, my friend. Morning stream is at 1 Eastern, by the way. So right when FOMC comes tomorrow, guys, we're going to be live right on FOMC. That's awesome. Lifetime was a limited deal. I don't think we're not ever going to do lifetime again. I can almost guarantee that. 99.9% chance, unless we do a giveaway or something. Lifetime was limited 3 years ago. Dude, salmon is the ish. I freaking love salmon. But guys, check out all the links in the description. Guys, free. We have a bunch of free indicators as well if you're new. But these screeners, they're added. It's just another addition to your premium plan. So we're trying to give you the maximum amount you can get out of a subscription to an indicator, because you don't want to just invest your money into a tool that gives you one feature, right? We now, for a total of that premium, you now have 3 screeners, and then you have 3 indicators, right? Which is insane. So Oscillator, right? Each indicator has dozens of features to help you, pretty much trade the markets in a lot clearer sense, right? It's going to give you more detail in what you're looking at without having to full on. What is going on? Oh, I was wondering what was happening with the music. Sorry. I'm so out of it. 4 hours of sleep, that'll do it to you. But overall, guys, instructional stuff, yes, on the website. Go to the guides. We actually have ChatGPT enabled on the guides of the website. You can literally ask, what are the screeners? Or you can ask, what's the best way to use... Or sorry, you can ask it random questions. I don't know if you can ask what's the best way to... I don't know. Experiment with it. The ChatGPT is within our documents now, which is pretty sick. So you can sit in there. You can ask it some pretty crazy questions, see if it'll give you a good answer. Give Pepe a high five for you. Pepe. Like if I'm a newbie. I like it, my friend. Yeah, on documents though, if you're like, hey, you know, how to use signals and signals and overlays, how to use the turning points in the oscillator matrix, it'll tell you. Yeah, I mean, you can literally type whatever you want, just like you're talking to somebody, because it has ChatGPT enabled. Guys, have a good night though. You know, if you're making dinner like I'm about to, enjoy it. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 Eastern. We have FOMC, of course. So that's going to be an interesting report with the drop. Maybe BK will give us some more detail tomorrow if he's in the stream. But definitely want to incorporate some more of our team members here soon. Get them on the stream potentially. But yeah. Big Davis, that's your name, right? Yeah. Big Davis, I'm Big Jacob. There you go. Overall, though, guys, appreciate it. I'm just trying to get through thinking what I wanted to say before we leave here. If you have any questions, Mickey can answer some of them in the Discord as well, like on the live streams going over like the screeners. So Mickey, one more time, yeah, for you guys.
Who's your daddy?
No, honestly, I didn't say that. Well, maybe I said that to Mickey. Mickey, who is your daddy? I'm Mickey's daddy right now. No, just kidding. But Mickey, if that is a motivation to go learn the screeners, if you haven't already, please do. But now, Mickey definitely can help you guys on some of the questions you might have with the screeners as we continuously change and update certain things for you guys within the Discord community. So make sure you're a part of the community. It is completely free. And you can put in your suggestions, bugs, or things you see with new, because when we release new indicators, obviously there's certain things that might need to be fixed. So please let us know because we're happy to fix them. Yeah. All right, enough of my rambling, trying to gather my thoughts. I'm going to just leave you guys with that. Appreciate you being here. Tomorrow, 1 Eastern, we'll be back yet again, and you'll be able to do the Bitcoin predictions. But our current leader in the streams, let's see here, is our boy Big D. All right, I'm ending it. T.Y. Malone ruined it. T.Y. Malone ruined it. God dang it. Can we look at gold? Big D in first. You need to just change your YouTube to Big D, my friend. I'm sorry. I'm going to just call you Big D from now on. Sortic second there. Dame in third. Vincent, you're in fourth. Kimmel, Die in fifth. Jenny tied for fifth. Oh, you guys are all tied for fourth. Sorry, Vincent and Jenny, all you guys tied for fourth. Jason, top 10 still. Man, I love seeing our people coming back and being in that top 10, guys. I love seeing that. We really appreciate you being here, hanging out. A lot of fun. Love getting to know you as well. I see some mods in our future here. So, heck yeah. See some mods in our future. If you guys keep tuning in, definitely we're going to mod some of you guys for sure. But top 10 viewers, you know the deal. By the end of the week, top 10 viewers have a chance to put $100, 1 in 10 chance to win. And we'll be picking that on Monday. But guys, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow, 1 Eastern. I'm going to go eat and then get some sleep because I am exhausted. All right. Man, and we got some fun stuff planned for 2024. Okay. All right. For the stream, at least. I got some really cool stuff to talk about later. But I'll see you guys soon. Have a good night. Goodness gracious. Get me off of here before I continue rambling. All right. Shut up, Jacob. All right. Cool. Bye-bye.
Who's your daddy?